Hello! Right, this is going to be our second instalment working on our friction investigation, and you can see Stella's a little bit more awake today to help us out. So, friction. We talked about it in our last video and hopefully had a good think about it and had some ideas as to how we could set up our investigation. So, we're trying to find out which surface creates the most friction. Okay, so we need to test a range of different subjects. Stella, are you ready for this investigation? I'm not sure about that. Okay, so hopefully you've maybe done a little diagram or taken a photo of how you might set some equipment up. I've put together a method that I think I'm going to use, and you can use this too if you'd like to. So I'm going to take you through the steps in my method. I'm going to place a ramp at a height that I'm going to choose. I think I'm going to use this book as my ramp. So I'll put it the right way up. It's a book of maps. I'm going to use that as my ramp, and I'll measure how high it's going to be from here to the floor. Okay, so I'll need something to prop that up. So that's my ramp. I'm going to place the materials that I'm going to test at the bottom of the ramp. Okay, so I need to choose which materials I've got. I think I'm going to have another smoothish surface. So I'm going to use this book, and I might use this cushion as one of the surfaces. I think, this isn't very nice, but it might be quite interesting to test out. It's the doormat, and maybe a tray. Okay, so I'm going to test those different materials and see which one creates the most friction. So, once I've got my ramp set up, I'm going to let go of the ball or the toy car at the top of the ramp, and then I'm going to measure the distance that the ball or the toy car, whichever I decide to use, travels over the surface. Okay, so I've done a diagram to show you how I'm going to set up the equipment. Okay, so you can see my ramp. That's going to be the book, and I'm going to prop it up on something, and I'm going to put my surfaces at the bottom of the ramp, and then roll my car or my ball down the ramp and let it travel across the surfaces that I'm testing. And that's about it. So, what I'd like you to do, Stella, get off that. She's eating my paperwork. Okay, can you think about variables? Now, we've talked about these in class, and we sometimes call them SAM variables. So, we've got, what will you keep the same? So what will you have to keep the same in each of the tests when you're testing the different materials to make sure that the test is fair? Okay, you're going to have to think about that. And then what is it you're adjusting or changing? So what will you change in each test, and what is it that you're going to measure? So these are the results that you're actually going to measure. Okay, what will you measure in order to record your results and find out which is the surface that creates most friction? So, I'll give you some time to get that set up. What you should do before you actually start testing it is to make a prediction. So, before you make a prediction, you obviously need to know which materials you're going to test. All right, and you could complete these sentences. So I predict that the surface which creates the most friction will be, and it would be great if you could give me a reason for why you think that would be. That's it. Time's up. Better go. Bye. Stella, where have you gone? Stella, you're going to say bye-bye? Okay.